This video is brought to you by Smash Bracket, the animated tournament series that seeks to answer who is the strongest character in Super Smash Bros. The Kickstarter is running now, and the link is in the description below. Welcome to InkThinks. While most people tend to associate fighting games with their fast-paced multiplayer gameplay, a part that often goes overlooked, but is just as important in my opinion, is the single-player mode. Now you have some fighting franchises that go all out, like Mortal Kombat, who straight up made an RPG within their fighting game to act as their single-player mode. They've also gone above and beyond with a kart racer and many other different experiments to try to find a really fun single-player mode. If you take a look at other fighting games, such as Soul Calibur, it has a mode somewhat similar to Smash Bros. Classic mode, where you fight through a bunch of different characters, but what sets it apart is that it serves a greater narrative and tells a greater story. With Super Smash Bros. Though, we never really got something like this, outside of Super Smash Bros. Brawl and the Subspace Emissary. For those of you who might not know, the Subspace Emissary was a single-player mode in Brawl that not only acted as the catalyst to unlock several characters, but it also wove together a tale of all these different characters coming together to fight a giant villain. Not only was the mode there and managed to get across a decent story despite not having a single word of dialogue, but it was complete with animated cutscenes that didn't only usher in and out the mode like World of Light. You got to see different characters meeting and coming together and how they would interact with each other, and it was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, it was the last time that we ever really got something like that. We had something a little similar in World of Light, with the opening cutscene that they showed to announce its reveal. And there's also a cutscene later on in the game, although it's not quite of the same caliber in my opinion. So what gives? It seemed like from Super Smash Bros. 64 to Melee and then to Brawl, Sakurai was constantly working at trying to make a better and better single-player mode, with the modes in Super Smash 64 being expanded on with Melee's Adventure mode and Event mode, which is also a great mode that's often overlooked. But after Brawl, after we got this pinnacle of the Smash Bros. Storytelling experience thus far, they just stopped. But why? Something that I'd heard repeated before is that Super Smash Bros. Director Masahiro Sakurai was so upset that the scenes from Subspace Emissary leaked online that he swore to never do it again. To me, this was something I'd always heard but kind of wrote off in my head as something that was typical fandom self-bashing, which is something that's honestly fairly common within Nintendo and Super Smash Bros. Specifically. But as I looked into it, yeah, this does seem to be the case. Sakurai, at least around the timing of Super Smash Bros. 4, still seemed to be very upset about this. Although it wasn't some sort of vengeance like, how dare these people leak our stuff online, I'm never gonna do anything for them again, don't ask me for anything ever again. No, it wasn't that. His motivation seemed more virtuistic. What Sakurai said is that you only get one first impression with fans. And if the first impression of those cutscenes weren't contextualized with all of the work that they had done before and after it, he was worried that by having someone view cutscenes that got leaked, it would diminish the rest of the single-player experience for them, since they got bits of it without context and experienced the story out of order. Now, there's no indication one way or another if Sakurai still has this mentality. I'm inclined to think that he started softening his position on it due to the fact that he included animated cutscenes in World of Light. But the fact is that regardless of whether or not Sakurai feels differently, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is almost certainly going to be his last Super Smash Bros. Game. If any of you know Masahiro Sakurai's history with Smash, he's thought that he's been done with the franchise since Super Smash Bros. Melee, and then made game after game after game. But as he's advancing in age and his health is deteriorating a bit, it would really make sense for him to step back after Ultimate and invite someone new on board. And if you ask me, I have a hard time picturing someone new come on board and not wanting to try some sort of story mode or at least enhanced single-player mode with all of these different fun characters. So what might that look like? What would the perfect single-player mode look like to me in Super Smash Bros.? Now, there's a few different angles that we need to take this from. First off is the training mode, which isn't integral to the story of the game, but it is an incredibly important part that every fighting game needs to have, and it's one that Smash has often overlooked or performed subparly on. One of the very best training modes I've ever seen, believe it or not, comes from a Super Smash Bros. Game, but it wasn't one that was ever officially released. I'm talking about the mod for Super Smash Bros. Melee called Uncle Punch's Training Pack. This mod allows for an incredibly comprehensive training experience. If Super Smash Bros. Going forward wants to make a better training experience, I can't think of a better place for them to look for than this mod. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We're talking about the story mode. How could they do this? Now, first off, I think that it's really important that they have some sort of animated cutscenes with these characters. That was one of the coolest and most memorable part of the Subspace Emissary, and honestly, it was my favorite part of World of Light, despite it mostly being front-loaded to the first couple of minutes. I don't know if the story would be Taboo returns that they need new help in order to face him, or something entirely new. All I know is that it's a missed opportunity to not try and tie some sort of story into this. In addition to these cutscenes though, I would also want them to change up the gameplay a bit from Subspace Emissary or World of Light. My issue with World of Light is that because it's the same thing over and over and over again, it starts to be really repetitive, despite being really reminiscent of the fun multiplayer mode. But the issue that I have with Subspace Emissary's gameplay is the exact opposite. It feels so disconnected from the rest of Super Smash Bros. That in the more repetitive parts of the game, it starts to not even feel like you're playing Super Smash Bros. I would want to find some happy medium of this, where you have a bit more of the platforming combat that you get in the mainline Super Smash series, but you'd also be able to incorporate platforming or other elements from Subspace Emissary. I think that Super Smash Bros. Is at its best when it works as one giant method of bringing different universes together, and that's something that I would really love to see the story mode work for. But what do you think? What would be the best way for them to incorporate a new story mode, and should they even do it? I know that people aren't entirely on the same page with this. Some people just like the multiplayer and that's all they want. But for me personally, I would really love to see one. While you like and subscribe and then leave a comment letting me know what you would want to see in the story mode, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Smash Bracket. Smash Bracket is an animated tournament series that pits two characters from Super Smash Bros. Against each other in order to see who is canonically the strongest. What separates it from other animated versus battle series is that this is one giant ongoing tournament, and at the end, there will only be one victor. The Kickstarter is running right now, and if you want to support it and get some really cool perks, the link is in the pinned comment below and the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep thinking.